Hello, wealthy, successful, money making traders. This is your trader's friend. Thank you for joining me for another video, guys. I'm so glad you can be here with me. Before you have the Euro USD on the 15-minute time frame, the Euro USD on the 5-minute time frame, and the Euro USD on the 1-minute time frame. And you can see that I am currently in 3 buys. Why is it that I'm in 3 buys? I'm in 3 buys because we keep hitting this area of support and prices bouncing off. And since price was falling to the downside earlier, then I decided that I'm going to look for an opportunity to go long. Now at this point I'm not sure whether these trades will work out or not, but you can see that we've hit this area on the 5-minute time frame several times, and you can see where we got this false break out of this triangle with this very strong bounce back to the upside. So currently I have been trying to buy low and ride it high. Don't know if that's going to work out or not. I got some pretty good pips on the short side, and actually it was a short from Friday. I definitely don't recommend that you hold positions over the weekend. However, I had an errand to run Friday, and when I got back and opened my platform, saw that I was in a nice profit. I attempted to close the profit out, but I got here just in time for the market to close. The opening market today, of course, had a nice gap to the downside, so I was able to secure a nice profit. And now I am looking to go in the opposite direction. One of the things that I'm looking for is I am looking and hoping for a break and close above this 15-minute time frame. But you can see how many times we've actually tested this area of support. So that's why it is that I'm long on this trade. Also, when you're in a market like this, where price is just kind of going up and down and up and down, you need to pick an area that you are going to close yourself out in. At an area of either support or resistance. If you're going short, then of course there is a point to the upside that you say it's enough. If you are going long, then the opposite is true. So at this point, a break and close, as you can see, a break and close below that area of support would have been grounds for me to go ahead and close out of this trade. And actually, I thought that I was going to close out of these trades right here or look to do something different. However, when I started pulling up my my price windows to do that, this candle was coming back up strong to the long side. So I've stayed in these trades. I'm not sure whether or not these trades are going to work out or whether they're just going to continue to bounce around. But every day in the market as traders, you have to preserve your capital, but you're also looking for opportunities to buy at the low and to sell at the high. There is no perfect trading strategy. The market's going to do what it's going to do. However, you want to look for trades that put the odds in your favor and give you a higher probability of success. These trades for me, and right now they're all in profit, it is a higher probability of success because you can see how many times we have tested that area of support and bounced off. But we're not getting a whole lot of price action to the upside, so it may work out and it may not. We're just going to have to wait and see. Now I just added another little trend line because I noticed that we are making, or we just made, a lower high, which is important. One of the great things that I was looking for in the break of this triangle was a close above that previous high, which You got that, and you got a strong break and close above this trend line. You also got a strong break and close above that 50 SMA, and you also got a break and close above that previous high. And right now we have made a lower high, so I'm definitely watching this area to see if I need to close myself out of this trade and try again. Now I've closed myself out of 2 trades because of the way the market's looking, so I was only able to get about 2 pips on each one of those, but I held on to the trade that I was able to buy lower. If we fall and come back to this area of support, then I am going to look to buy again. And the reason you want to look to buy at support is because it minimizes your losses if the trade goes wrong. Now you can see where I've added some little lines. It looks like I've gotten the break and close that I've been waiting for. However, of course, price is going to pull back. And as you know, that I've sold cars in my past life for my attempt at getting 9 to 5 jobs. And I pretty much equate the market to waiting for an up. In the car business, an up is a customer. And a lot of times you will spend a great portion of your day looking and hoping to get a customer to sell an automobile to. Well, the market works pretty much the same way. You spend a great deal of your time as a trader waiting for an opportunity to make money. It's like that every day in the market. And for me, with the kind of personality I have, it is one of the most difficult things in the market. But as a trader, you will spend more time waiting for a good trade than actually participating in a trade if you're an active trader like I am. We'll see how this plays out. I have some appointments today, so I'm going to need to go to bed here pretty soon, so I may just have to stop myself out with about 8.5 pips worth of profit and call it a day. Okay, so that this does not confuse you when I turn the video back on. If I get this close below here, then I'm out of this market and I'm calling it a night. Seriously, because we're just pretty much range bound back and forth. Okay guys, it's almost 3:30 a.m. and as you can see, I was getting ready to close this trade because I got the breaking close below that. But I was going to show you on the video, and price is doing what it's doing, so at this point I have to wait. But if I close here, then I'm still going to close out in profit. But if price continues on here, then I will go ahead and follow that on the 5-minute time frame as well. But definitely if price comes back to close below this area again, as long as I'm quick enough, then we'll be able to close this trade out live. Otherwise, we're just going to have to ride this until we lose the advantage. I'm seeing something in the chart that I just wanted to point out to you in case you hadn't noticed. You can see on the 1-minute time frame we are at this 200 SMA resistance. But on the 5-minute time frame, it is the 50 period SMA resistance. And on the 15-minute time frame, you can see that we are at a previous area of resistance. So like I was saying earlier, we are looking for a break and close, or I'm looking for a break and close above this candle on the 15-minute time frame. It may or it may not work out. We have a couple of good signs. One of the good signs that we have is a break and close above the 10 on the 15-minute time frame, and you can see on the 5-minute time frame we've had a break and close for a little bit longer. This trade may or may not work out. Hopefully it will, and you can see that currently we are still moving to the bullish side on the 1-minute time frame. So we'll just have to see, and it may just stay range bound for hours. That That's why if it's not going to be moving and it's going to come back, and I actually may close it while I'm talking. But the most that I've been able to get tonight for the most part has been about 10 pips. I mean, it'll go up about 10, maybe 12 pips, and then it'll fall back down. So if I get a break and close back below that, then I'm just out of the market because it's getting really late. I also wanted to show you where this other red line was coming from. This was an area where I was making a line from this lower high to the next lower high, and that's where we are trend line wise, and it's just lining up in harmony with that 200 SMA. So that's the line that you're seeing, and you can see that price is just kind of dancing around my closeout area right here. But when you're trading the market real time, this is one of the biggest challenges is the waiting. And we'll just have to wait and see how this close out. And I'm sorry I'm starting to babble because I'm just tired. It's like 3:30 and I have to get up and do a consultation in a few hours, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity to make a little bit of paper tonight. Okay guys, I think we are going to close out with this, and please keep in mind that I am trying to counter trend trade in a bearish market. So as soon as I see that I've lost my advantage, then it is always best for me to go ahead and close that trade. It's no need of losing good profit needlessly. So if I no longer have the advantage, which I can see that I don't, then I can cut that at 6.5 pips. Well, it would have been 6.5 pips. Now it's 5.6 pips. So we'll kind of see how this closes. Wait for a little bit of a pullback. Hoping for a bit of a pullback. Okay. Alright. So we were able to close that in profit. But guys, when you see that you are in a range bound market like we are, there are several ways to trade this. But at times like this, you can see that your moving averages really don't do you very much good. So your areas of support and resistance become very critical during these times, and you can see how it's worked out very nicely that you've been able to short off resistance and buy off of areas of support. And if I were still up in this market, because price has fallen so far, I'd be looking again to buy at the areas of support. Now the red lines that you see, I've actually moved them from areas of support to decide where would be that I would stop out if the market did not go my way. But I've had several profitable trades tonight buying off of the area of support. I did not short at all tonight because I'd already ridden the market for a very nice profit to the short side, so I was looking for an opportunity to go long. As I've said, guys, I just want to remind you that you can absolutely do this. You can be successful at Forex. Have a terrific pip filled trading week.